criminal.
Whatever you do, you can quit right now.
Oops.
This isn't just combat. It's cinema.
Ready or not, here I come. Let's go!
Are you not entertained?
The new home of UFC, Paramount Plus.
In the Champions League, every picture tells a story, and every great story
Oh, would you believe this?
needs an audience.
It's a really special moment.
The UEFA Champions League, every goal, every game, live on Paramount Plus.
Welcome along to Golazo Match Night, 48 nations. Adam Hunt here in the studio with Jermaine Jones and Ian Joy. We've just watched a really good game from Boston, a great second-half performance from Norway to beat Iraq 4-1 in that group game in Group I. And I think if you just looked at the scoreline, Ian, you would think, well, this was a comfortable victory for Norway, and it was that in the second half, but they had to play in the first, didn't they?
Yeah, they had to play and they had to battle in that first 45 minutes and obviously take their chances when they arose right in front of goal. And it was always going to be like that. And I think this World Cup's already shown to us that these nations where you expect might be pushovers or rollovers are everything but that. And again, you go back to it, that scoreline is very, very favourable towards Norway. But you have to work for it. You've got to take your opportunities. You've got to be almost at your very best to be able to get any type of a result in this World Cup. And it's brilliant to see nations like Iraq improving, being better, making it a competitive game, making sure that Norway are taking their chances, being a good nation, obviously, and enjoying their moment. But this was not easy, and I think Norway made it look easy towards the end because their quality and their class is just the second above.
Jermaine, we haven't seen Norway at World Cups recently. Do you think this game as well was them just getting used to the environment, playing at this level in these big competitions, and that was why they were perhaps, they grew into the game, didn't they, in the second half?
Yeah, of course. I think you go into the game in the beginning and then you're a little bit nervous. You want to see how you get into the game. You know, too, I think every team has respect for their opponent, who you're playing. And I think Norway is the same way. They went into the game and looked at the game and said, OK, we have to have respect. They have some good players. They have some quality. Let's see how we get in. And slowly by slowly, you were able to see that Norway got the rhythm, they got the thing. And then the chances they had. And if you look at some other countries, they had a lot of chances too, but scored not the goals. But today you were able to see that Norway, the chances they had, they straight away put them away, and that's why they got up 4-1. But at the end, yeah, you can look at the result at the end and you can say it was an easy game for Norway. I think that's not the true. I think you were able to see that Iraq can play with them played with them a good game. At the end, you can say, is that the experience, still if Norway is still a young team, but is that maybe the experience they had that in front of the goals, they finished them up?
Yeah, that class in front of goal was the difference maker, right? To back JJ up right there, total shots in this game, 13 shots coming in from Norway, obviously scored 4 goals, 11 shots coming in from Iraq. They had 1 shot on target compared to Norway's 5 shots on target. So that's the difference right there. As JJ's pointing out there, you have the quality in front of goal, you're going to score goals. And I think that's Norway. They rely so heavily on that class in the final third. It's a different team in midfield and defensively compared to what they have up top. The way they have these players moving from wide angles towards Erling Haaland and Sorloth, it's actually class. It's real class. Whereas I think nations as small as Norway don't necessarily have that ability to be able to finish teams off. This could have been a completely different result had Haaland not been on the field, Sorloth not been on the field, Nusa on the field as well. I think it would have been a very much a different result. But yeah, that's the class that separates these nations in this game.
I was going to have a question there about the supporting cast, because immediately when you look at Norway's starting lineup and the way they've played, immediately you're going to be drawn to Erling Haaland's performance. SofaScore, our friends, have given him a rating of 8.2 for the game. But they're not just a one-man team, are they, JJ? And we saw some of the supporting cast here had good performances as well. Alexander Sorloth, they've given him a 6.1. Sander Berger, 7.1. Christopher Ayer at the back there, 7 as well. There's a lot of, Premier League experience in this team.
Yeah, you can see it. I think Haaland is the face of the team. But as a face of the team, you still need the other guys to bring a performance too. And even today, we talked about Nusa. He maybe had not the best game, but you saw other players stepping up, and that's what makes it a good team. Even Sorloth has not a good game if you look at the rankings or the numbers right now at there. But But I think in general, it's a collective team. The people who played and had the chances, they put the goals, they put them away. So it would be interesting now to see how it comes to the next game, you know, because the first game, you said it before, they went out, they had no pressure. It's the first time they, play at this tournament now. And sometimes you go out there, and I remember when we played our first game against Ghana, and I had my first World Cup. It was just, I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to just have a good time and play it,
How much did the first game for you impact the tournament after that? And drawing that parallel to Norway, I know you can make the case, oh, well, it's only Iraq, they were expected to win. They've got a good win here. Haaland's got his feet under the table, scored a couple of goals. Do you think now they'll be thinking, OK, this was the perfect start and we've got the momentum moving forward? How did you feel when you were in a World Cup?
Yeah, that's the point. I think you sit on the way to the dings. You sit in the bus, you're a little bit nervous. You don't know what is coming. All of them played already on a big stage, international, like with the clubs. But then when you look at, for your national team is something else, right? You know,
they've been waiting years for this, haven't they?
You wait years. You have amazing support with fans there. On the way to the stadium, you maybe see them already outside. You're a little bit nervous and you're thinking, how is this going? How it will be? But then I think when you walk out of this tunnel, you see your support, you get excited, you want to have fun, and then you play something you maybe dreamed of as a young boy. So and now it comes to the point that you feel like, oh, okay, we had respect for Iraq. We see that we can, hurt them. We get the chances. Then you see that Haaland and things. It takes time that you get into the game. But in the moment, at one point, and you know that, you get carried away from what happened, and you just focus on the game. And you were able to see then that Norway had to, they went better and better and better. And that's why you have, at the end, the result from 4-1. And I think that tournament now for them started. And with the 4-1, they go into the next game, and I think you will see, and I can see that Norway can be really dangerous for a lot of countries.
It's amazing to me, as JJ just touched upon that point, when that whistle blows and you get into the game and you start to feel comfortable. Obviously wasn't lucky enough to make it at the full international level, but for the youth national teams and playing in youth games and things like this, it was a unique feeling playing for your national team. When you pull on that national jersey, it's a lot different from playing club football. There's a feeling, there's a pride there that goes into it. You're not getting paid for it as well. Of course, there's a few bonuses I'm sure JJ can tell you all about as well. But at the same time, you still got to get the job done. And when that whistle goes and the game starts to roll, of course, you're always going to have upsets in big matchups. I think the Iraq goal, no one really expected that to happen. But it is still a game. That competitive nature just comes into it. You're looking around at all the players who are living the same dream as you are. And I think that's what you saw from Norway today. I thought it was a good performance. Nothing great, nothing special. It didn't have to be. The goalkeeper, Nederland, didn't even have to make a single save in this game. One goal conceded, will be disappointed, didn't have a clean sheet. But again, Norway rely on their brilliance that they have in that final third. That's the difference between these two nations. OK, time for a short break here on Golazo Match Night 48 Nations. We'll have plenty more focusing on this game. Next, we'll be talking about Erling Haaland and his performance against Iraq. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now.
Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Golazo Match Night 48 Nations. We've just watched Norway beat Iraq 4-1 in Group I in Boston. Couple of goals in the first half from this man, Erling Haaland. And here's how our friends at SofaScore rated his overall performance in the game. He did look very good in the first half. Played the whole game. 4 shots, 3 of those on target, 2 of them finding the back of the net. 7 out of 9 duels won. Ian, was this what you expected from the big man? Was he better? Was he worse? What did you think?
If I was to ask you how many touches you think he had in that game, Adam, what would you say?
Touches.
Touches. Contacts on the ball.
21.
Not bad. 20 contacts on the ball.
You sounded surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised because you're normally way off. At the same time, it's about efficiency, right, for Erling Haaland. I think the problem, JJ, maybe you can back me up on this one. You've played with some great strikers, right? They don't need many touches of the ball to be impactful. He had the most touches of the ball in the opposition box, and he took the most shots, as you just saw there from SofaScore. He had the most shots in the game. So he doesn't need to do much to be impactful in a game, and that's what good strikers do. They wait for their moment to thrive. They wait for the moment and opportunities in front of goal. This was his first appearance in a World Cup. Fabulous to see that. A debut in a World Cup, you get a goal. First ever Norwegian to score a double in a World Cup game, which is quite an achievement as well. And I don't think he needs to do anything more than that. He's a goal scorer, natural-born goal scorer, which is beautiful to see. And I think that was the difference in this game tonight. Again, goal scoring from a top-class, world-class finisher.
JJ, Mbappe or Haaland, who would you pick if you could only have one in your team? And you obviously played, you know, at this level. Who are you choosing?
Oof, that's a big one.
Come in with a big one.
Oof. Depends like how you want to play, right?
Okay.
If you want to play transition, then you go maybe more with Mbappe.
Hold on.
I guess we just watched
let's not make it easy, right? You've got your coaching license now.
Yeah.
You can only pick one striker for your team the way you want to play.
We'll make it easier.
Okay.
Let's change it slightly. Make the case for Haaland. We've just watched Haaland, and then make the case for Mbappe. So if you're choosing Haaland, why
you're giving him a way out, though?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying why. We've just seen the best of Haaland. He scored 2 goals, brilliant game. If you were putting him in your team as opposed to Mbappe, why are you choosing him?
If I choose Haaland, I would choose him because I'm saying, okay, maybe I want to press high, and I think I get from him against the ball more than I would get from Mbappe.
Okay. And on the Mbappe side, is it more just the raw pace, the finishing ability, what we saw in the game against Algeria?
Yeah, and I think it's pretty easy to say for me when I look at both, because Mbappe is the one who creates maybe the chances for himself too, where Haaland needs the guys around him to create the chances for him. But he's the clear finisher. So
who's the better finisher?
I think Haaland.
Yeah, I do too. I think Haaland is too.
I think Haaland is the better finisher.
I remember we were talking earlier on in the season in scoreline during the Premier League season, Ian, that there was a bit of tough love, wasn't there, from Pep, that he wanted more out of Erling Haaland because he felt that he wasn't maybe contributing enough other than just the goals. He wasn't getting as much. We're seeing the SofaScore rating from Kylian Mbappe earlier on in the game against Senegal.
Yep.
Do you think that did you see in this game for his country, Ian, that Erling Haaland has added a bit more to his game other than just the goals? Is there more from the team there?
Well, I think when you look at him playing alongside Sorloth, already that's unusual, right? Playing alongside a big man, a big presence. He's normally the biggest guy.
Yeah, you wouldn't choose that for a club, would you?
You wouldn't necessarily choose that. I wouldn't anyway. But it's sort of an old school mentality playing alongside a big presence like Sorloth. And Sorloth was drifting out wide, allowing Erling to run through the middle. Obviously, when you have pace on the wings with Nusa, you know what he's going to do. Get past defenders, put the ball into a dangerous position. And that's almost what Erling Haaland thrives on. He just wants opportunities to be created for him in front of goal. I think that it was a class game. I think it was a class performance. He actually rose to the occasion. Important goal scoring is what he does best. 11 consecutive games now for Norway that he scored a goal. He doesn't need to be dribbling past defenders. He doesn't necessarily need to be doing some of the dirty work that other players do in that national team. Norway are happy to be at a World Cup, and I think because of the extended version of this World Cup, that's why they're actually there. But I'm so happy because in previous versions of World Cups, we've seen some of the greatest players who have played the game. One of my favourite players of all time was Ryan Giggs. Never got to compete in a World Cup. Won everything at club level, but never got to compete in a World Cup. Thankfully, because of this extended version, we're getting to see Erling Haaland compete at a World Cup. And I think that's what makes the World Cup. Opportunity, and you get to see one of the best players in front of
and also a World Cup asks such different questions of a top player compared to a long, season that you're playing for your clubs. In terms of the other players from Erling Haaland, because it wasn't just a one-man performance from Norway today. I know you like the way that Nusa performed. He was a good in that supporting role going forward.
Yeah, I watched him a couple of times already in Germany. So and you will be able to see he's a player, and I love on him the excitement is how he takes people on 1-against-1, and he always goes. When he gets the ball on his feet, he wants to attack. There's no mindset.
He's not afraid, is he?
Yeah, he's never put his head down and tried to play back. It's always going forward, and I think that's the key. And special, I think if you play with Haaland in the front, you need somebody outside who maybe is so good in a 1-against-1 that you always have to slide somebody out. That gives the freedom for Haaland in the middle, because if he plays 1-against-1 in the middle, he's not stoppable. So, and I think that was maybe even when we talk about how the situation looked like right now, that Haaland playing next to a big guy with Norway. I think too, as a coach, when I look at it, I say that's maybe a good idea, because them both, there'll be big trouble, and that helps maybe Haaland to get always that free spot that he's only 1-against-1. And we see out in the situations when he scored his goals. Don't forget it, in this game, he had 4 shots on target, and there were 2 in. So, and that speaks, that speaks for him. So he don't need a lot of chances.
Ian, do you think Nusa is more of a natural connection with Haaland because of the way they play the game than Sorloth does? Or did you see that?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Sorloth obviously a great partnership when they play in these World Cup qualifying games against lesser opposition. You're always going to have the 2 big presences up top there. They work off each other incredibly well.
Yeah, the weak teams just can't cope with them.
They can't.
Yeah.
The presence is too much. The strength is too much. The finishing ability is too much. Sorloth scores more goals, obviously, in those games than he would in a game like this. In the World Cup stage, I think it's a little bit more difficult. A lot of teams will sit back, and there's a lot more competitive nature with those defensive players. They're at a World Cup for a reason. Iraq's there to compete. They're not there to just roll over and let you beat them 6. They don't want that. But I do think that it invites a player like Nusa to be able to play his way, right? He's got a great deal of pace. I love watching the kid play, by the way. First and foremost, at Leipzig, he's a great addition. And I think the Bundesliga's done a great job with players like him, bringing them to the league, creating these superstars, and then they go on their way to bigger clubs or whatever it may be, or they stay in Germany and they end up at Dortmund or Bayern Munich or whoever. Leipzig is a big club, and there's a lot of pressure there, right? They got to get back into the Champions League, and they're doing a great job of doing that by signing players like him. But I think he actually really helps players like Erling Haaland and Sorloth be better players. You need those players. We've all played with them, right? Whereas that one little talented player who's quick, he's got a little something about him who can get him past a defender and put balls into a dangerous position. You have Bob on the other side who can do that for Norway as well. Fantastic player. That's a great place for someone like Erling Haaland to be, right? In the middle of pace and quality. And if you can get the service, you know they're going to score goals. They're absolute class. And it's going to get better. That wasn't his best performance. And he hasn't introduced himself to the world. There's more to come from that.
And Haaland's name's going to be in all the Norwegian sports newspapers tomorrow. But it was more than that. It was a team performance, wasn't it? Time for a short break here on Golazo Match Night, 48 nations. Plenty more coming up for you when we return in a couple of minutes.
At the the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Rank? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my camp. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Golazo Match Night. 48 nations. We've got plenty more to look forward to. Argentina against Algeria is the next game in Kansas City. Who could forget the last World Cup in Qatar? What a final we enjoyed between Argentina and France. It was 3-3, then it went to penalties. Argentina eventually managed to get through that penalty shootout. It was arguably the best World Cup final ever to lift the trophy. Argentina have now won 3 World Cups, so if they are able to go back-to-back, that doesn't happen very often, of course, in football history. They would join Germany and Italy as the 2 nations who are on 4, Brazil out in front on 5. And the team news is in for us for the game in Kansas City, and we're going to start in, aren't we, with Argentina. What's the big news coming in terms of the team news? I think for me, looking up the top, Lautaro Martinez is playing.
L.A. Martinez starting up top there. Lautaro Martinez, obviously great. He's a wonderful striker through qualification process. Messi obviously dominated with the 8 goals through qualification process. Julian Alvarez and Martinez both scored 4 through qualification. So talent is clearly there. Thiago Almada gets a nod. He's been excellent, obviously, for his club and had to make multiple moves to be able to be involved in this World Cup roster. Or maybe he guaranteed that by winning the World Cup last time and being the youngster. Now he's more experienced, so let's see how much of an impact he can have. I'm actually surprised to see him in the starting lineup. I'm actually surprised to see no Julian Alvarez in this lineup. But this is obviously a World Cup winning 11. Great goalkeeper, great presence, excellent centre-back positions, which, of course, this is a World Cup team, JJ. I mean, this is ridiculous, the talent they've got. The midfield, this being probably the one who had the biggest impact in the last World Cup, who didn't start that first game, but then went and left a massive impact and obviously has since moved for a massive price tag. This is an Argentina side looking to go back-to-back, and I don't think that's been done since, what, 62? Brazil did it in 62?
Yes, in the 60s.
Yeah.
Brazil was the last team to do it. JJ, obviously Messi, another 4 years older, and he's going to have a huge impact on this team. But who are some of the other players that you can see from this first 11 who are going to have to shoulder some of the responsibility because Father Time is beginning to catch up with Leo Messi?
Yeah, I would say like Martinez. I think he's somebody, he played with Inter Milan a good season. In now, like you said, Messi is at the time now where he's stepping slowly but slowly, I think, away. I think Martinez is somebody who maybe takes that pressure on himself. He has a role already in Inter Milan. That he's the captain, he's a leader. He wants to, I think, be the next one who helps this country to make the next step going forward. We're surprised that he's starting, but I think the coach has an idea, and I think he deserves to start because the last games, and let's see what he can do.
Do you know what though? His record for Argentina goals per game ratio is sensational, right? But you also know that if you look at the bench, what they've got on the bench, sitting, waiting to get their opportunity. Obviously, Julian Alvarez would be the one for Lautaro. I think if he's not scoring goals, he can be replaced. But you can also play alongside Lautaro Martinez, so you can make a tactical switch as well. You've also got Nico Paz sitting on the bench. I mean, that is a stacked bench right there, where you've seen a lot of changes from this Argentinian squad. There's a lot of players who are on that bench who weren't a part of the World Cup winning squad, who are trying to introduce themselves to the squad, who are all World Cup winners, who deserve their opportunity to try and repeat. But it's easier said than done. This World Cup's already brought a few surprises. I'm just going to throw it out there, Adam. I don't think it's going to be so easy, and especially against this Algeria side in game one. Algeria have got some proper talent players. They can cause a lot of problems to that defence. I know there's a bit of experience along that back line, but if you look at what they've got going forward, Algeria are talented, man.
And guess what? We've got the Algeria starting 11 through the wonders of modern technology here. Who are going to be some important players for Algeria, Ian, if they have a chance against Argentina today? Because I think a lot of people would look at this 11 and think this is a team that could trouble the world champions.
Well, listen, first and foremost, they've got an incredibly experienced coach in Petkovic, and as well, JJ, you know about him as well. This guy's been involved in the national side for a long time, not necessarily just with Algeria. He has been involved in the Swiss Soccer Federation for a long period of time and also gone through multiple World Cups. He is one that has always impressed me because he's made his teams competitive. The starting 11 obviously speaks for itself. There's competition with players who are on the bench, which I'll explain in just a minute. But JJ, it's massively important that Petkovic, he gets this right, because you're going up against the world champions here. I think it's important Petkovic gets the starting 11 spot on.
Yeah, you said it. The experience is that what the coach is bringing, right? And then when you look at the team, you can go Chabibi. He's plays in Frankfurt. You have Massa who plays in Leverkusen. The number 9 in front. He's in Marseille. I think their main key will be the front guys. The first 3 and then the 3 behind to see how they can go forward, because I think they have a big chance, because what you said before, the key will be the defense, how much pressure we can give on Argentina in the defense. The Argentinian team is the attacking part, but I think we have here with them, they have the team that they don't have to be scared, they don't have to be, sitting back and waiting. I think they just have to go forward and have the trust in themselves to hurt Argentina.
And what a chance for these 3 players to announce yourself on the world stage. As you mentioned, JJ, quite rightly, they've had very good club seasons, haven't they, for the various teams that they're playing for.
Yeah.
In the Netherlands, Germany and France too for Guiri. But this is a chance for them to take another level on the world stage against the defending champions. If you can score a goal or assist a goal or come up with something, this is a chance for people to really pay attention to you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Throw the starting 11 back up again. Obviously, you'll see the names all involved in here. And let's not forget, this left-hand side, Nouri is one of the most impressive players, in my opinion, obviously. Just one who wants the ball, who loves to go forward. He's not frightened to have the ball, so there's a lot of composure there alongside Bensebaini. I mean, an experienced centre-back as well, and they are experienced. Mandy alongside him, not so much. But this is the one that nobody really knows much about, JJ Mazza, right? Made a big move. Obviously, he's a Berlin boy, right? And he has immense ability. Maradona is what they've been calling him. And I'm not going to lie, this kid could announce himself against Argentina. He could announce himself to be a difference maker. That midfield's got Bentaleb, who's got experience, and Bourdaoui, also a talented player that we're looking forward to watch as well. But Ibrahim Mazza is a talented player. We've got that big midfield, Leverkusen. It's not always been easy, but I think they've got a real amount of talent there that caused some problems. You impressed with him?
Yeah, I'm super impressed with him. I think he's that what you said already. He's the player where nobody has already in the radar. And we will see what he can do. But it's not only him. I have him. I think Musa is somebody. When you look at the time in Feyenoord, he's somebody the same what we talked before with the Norway team. He's somebody who takes players on. He's not scared. He wants to play forward. And that's why I say, I think the attacking part on the Algerian team is really, really strong. And this is why I can see even they get something out against Argentina.
Love it.
And I think they'll have seen the success, for example, Morocco against Brazil, and be inspired by that, want to put in a good performance against Argentina. Time for a short break here on Golazo Match Night 48 Nations. We'll continue our chat about the great Lionel Messi next.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Here is Messi from the defending champs.
Good luck trying to stop them for 90 minutes.
Putting you in a bad spot. The best player of all time. Leads for Messi. Messi!
You think you've got him contained. Good luck.
Oh, sneaks in!
Oh, no.
Into the wall to celebrate.
No other option here. Lionel Messi on the free kick. Takes a deflection. It's in.
Lionel Messi. Incredible.
Welcome back to Golazo Match Night 48 Nations. What a career. And these numbers are just insane. This game, his 200th international cap, Leo Messi. One of 3 players with 200 international caps. His 27th World Cup appearance. And of course, he will be appearing at his 6th World Cup. And we'll get there first, not long before his great rival Cristiano Ronaldo, who you think would be also making his appearance at his 6th World Cup. What a career it's been for Leo Messi, and a chance to watch him again on the biggest stage. Ian, he has won a World Cup, he won the last one, but so many great players down the years have won multiple World Cups. How much more would it do for his legacy if he is able to lift it again?
I don't think it needs to happen for his legacy to be even more so. It is the FIFA World Cup, yes, and obviously winning back-to-back would be something pretty special. But I think already he is the greatest player we've ever seen in our lifetimes. I mean, it's ridiculous what he's done for the game, how he has made us feel emotionally, watching him play, watching him perform. JJ's played against him. Can't imagine that was fun. This guy's unbelievable, right? He is literally unbelievable. When you see him perform, and I've seen him multiple times in person, and he does different things, right? In certain games, he'll step up and be the match winner. In other games, he walks around and does absolutely nothing. He's a bit older now as well. Don't forget, he's played 26 times at the World Cup. 26 games. It's absolutely ridiculous. This guy's breaking records, obviously competing now in his 6th World Cup. It will be special to be the first one to do so. But the goal scoring is still there. Through qualifying, he leads the way. And he obviously still leads this group of players because those are the same players that won the World Cup with him. But I had a feeling that the last World Cup, there was an immediate reaction. Everybody wanted Messi to win the World Cup, right? And you didn't have to be Argentinian to want to see Messi get his hands on that trophy. I have a feeling now there's a lot of people out there watching to see this Argentinian side fail. And I'm sure there's a lot of Cristiano Ronaldo fans out there hoping that the possibility of seeing Ronaldo against Messi in the knockout stages, which could potentially happen in Kansas City, it would be an opportunity for Ronaldo to get one over on Messi and potentially take one step closer to becoming the GOAT. But right now, Messi holds that title, and it doesn't matter what happens in this World Cup for me.
JJ, as Ian said, you got the chance, not many of us do, to play against Lionel Messi, share a pitch with him. Take us to that day, what happened, and what did you notice that maybe people looking from the outside and fans don't know about Messi when you actually get to play against him?
You know, when people ask me, I say that it's similar to playing FIFA on the PlayStation. You know, and what I mean with that is, you hear the stories, you see him on TV, and we all have. Everybody loves soccer, and you see him play, you enjoy it. But if he stays across from you, you first of all see the small guy, and you think, it would be not that difficult.
Yeah, I've got him, no problem. Yeah.
But then the moment the whistle goes, and he just takes off and he comes and you know, the crazy part on it was that when we played against him in New York, we had the game in New York, I realized he's not just doing stuff just because. He does really stuff with an idea behind it. And I remember when I had to get him down, and he's not the tallest, and he has a good balance to catch himself always again. And at one point, typical my game, I was like, okay, you know what? I take the risk to get the yellow, but I have to get him.
Just foul him, yeah.
You know, so I did it. I get my yellow, and then at that moment, I thought like, I think it was the biggest mistake I did, because from now on he was just picking me the whole time and coming with the ball and coming with the ball, and I have to pull away a couple of times, and that shows you just the cleverness he has. But yeah, he gets older. You know, we talked about it, and but still he has that extra. And you know what I said always, the difference for me was between Messi and Cristiano. Cristiano is a clear finisher. Messi, he don't need to score, but he puts other people in the best position to score with passes, with dribbles, and that makes him so dangerous. And for me, clearly the best player I played against. I think he proved it not only against me, he proved it worldwide on TV. I think 6 Ballon d'Ors or 5 Ballon d'Ors. He won every trophy what you can win actually in football. He won. So I don't think he cares that much to say, oh, I need to win another World Cup. I just think it's more for him important to represent his country the best way he can.
Yeah,
so, and I think because the Argentinian people, they're really proud. They really have that, like, oh, when we go out there, we represent our country the best way we can. You know, the question will be in this tournament is, like it was before, in that 26-man roster is 17 guys who won the World Cup with him. Now I ask my question, are they all okay to be the second person behind him again and let him shine again and do the dirty work for him? Because reality we know too. The good he is with the ball, the worse he is without the ball. And that means all the other guys have to step it up again.
I'm intrigued.
It's a great point, and I think it's not just the other players, it's also what Scaloni does with Messi?
Yes.
Does he try and manage his minutes? Are we going to see the great Lionel Messi get subbed? What do you think, Ian, in terms of the way that they're going to have to manage, as I said earlier on in the show, Father Time, because he's another 4 years older now?
Yeah, unfortunately, he is getting older like all of us. At the same time, it is still Lionel Messi that can have an impact in any single game, and that includes, I think, at the FIFA World Cup. He just needs to switch it on. Now, does he still have it at this level? We're about to find out. That's a big question. I wouldn't want to be the one to dare or question this guy's ability when it comes to the big stage. We're only 4 years past the previous World Cup. But he is getting older. And actually, when you think about what he has done, what he has achieved, it's absolutely insane. And even in this game in particular, this is the first World Cup meeting between these two nations, obviously, right? It's a great opportunity for Messi to stand out once again. They played in a friendly game. A previous game that they actually met against each other was back in June 2007. Messi scored his first international brace in that game in 2007. And here he is at a World Cup competing against Algeria 19 years later. Like, I couldn't stay healthy for 20 minutes, let alone stay healthy for 20 years. It's so difficult. JJ, you can back me up on this. To stay healthy, to look after your body, to keep mentally normal and okay to continue to go on, to put your body through it. But he has this way of managing games. Like, as JJ just pointed out there, he walks and then all of a sudden he goes. I think you'll see a lot of walking from Lionel Messi in this competition.
But I think, too, what helps him, too, that he plays in MLS.
You think that helps him? Yeah. I was actually... You've thought of my next question. I was going to ask, does the level or the way that he gets to play in MLS for Inter Miami, is that going to help or hinder him in this World Cup?
I don't think so. I think that helps him, too, because to all the respect to MLS, but I think it's still not the level and the speed of game how it is in Europe. So I think that is a chance for him still now to maybe get more rest through the season where he has not to, play every time on 100% level. So I think that is something now that he can maybe come a little bit fresher or a little bit more fit into this whole tournament, where maybe some of the guys who played for Paris in the Champions League final to go up that long. So I don't see it as a big problem, his fitness. I think it's just, for me, it's the mentality of how hungry, because we all know the second time is the toughest one. So how hungry you to go again, do the extra run again, do that when it starts getting painful on the field, that extra. And that's what you have to do, especially in the tournament. And that is the question, how much, I believe, it has to be, how much are the people around him, again...
It's an amazing point, JJ.
Say,
honestly.
I do the work for him.
I love that point, because that's a big question here. Now, a lot of people out there, I'm sure, are wanting Argentina to fail in some way. I might or might not be one of them. Because they're champions, you've now got this big target on your back. So what are the players inside the camp? As you mentioned, there are 17 players who have won the World Cup next to him. Do they want their moment to be number one? Do they want to be celebrated? Or do they look at Lionel Messi still as this godlike status and they follow everything he does? What happens, let's just say this, what happens if Messi's not the same guy? If Messi's not leading you to World Cup, he's not playing well, or he can't quite have that extra goal to be able to win you games like he did do in 2022? What happens if that doesn't happen, Adam? Will the team still be behind him? Will the coach be brave enough to bench him? Like, I'm intrigued to see how this whole thing plays out. Now, he might go on and score a hat-trick here, but you're going up against, if you look at the players in the middle of the field for Algeria, you're going up against Bensebaini, Dortmund, top player. Positional play, sometimes he can make mistakes. Top player, though. And he's a hungry player, right? Bentaleb in midfield, bit of a battler. Like, this is going to be a battle for Lionel Messi. You've got to win this World Cup. You're going to have to earn it, that's for sure.
I was just thinking, if JJ was worried about getting a yellow card when he played against Messi, you were worried about getting a 10-game ban. You'd have taken him out in the first minute, wouldn't you?
I was worried about getting to half-time. That was my problem.
Time for a short break here on Golazo Match Night 48 Nations. We'll have plenty more build-up to Argentina and Leo Messi taking on Algeria in Kansas City next.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Rank? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Golazo Match Night. 48 nations, not long to go now till kickoff in Kansas between defending champions Argentina and Algeria. And Nico Cantor is in Seattle for the game, and he is with some Argentinian fans there at the barge at Seattle Soccer Celebration, who are in full voice ahead of the game. We'll be getting to speak to Nico
Adam,
in just a few
that's
seconds.
the most energy I've seen Nico on this RV tour, by the way.
I was about to say...
He's with his people.
I was about to say, not showing any kind of bias there, because obviously Nico is Argentinian. JJ, are you jealous at all of Nico getting to do a road trip? You obviously spent a long time. You spent part of your playing career over here in the US. You've travelled the country playing the game. Getting to do what Nico's getting to do, to travel around in the RV and to see all of the football culture and the fans for these World Cup games is an amazing opportunity, isn't it?
Oh, it's yesterday we had already talked with him when he was in Los Angeles somewhere. I think it's an amazing idea, whoever had the idea. But it's what I love on it is just like you figured out the different cultures, the different ideas, you know, that you can see it. Yesterday he was sitting there and talking about the game, and now he's going. I think it's a little bit more because he's Argentinian, and I think he lost himself a little bit in the atmosphere, you know. Yeah. But I think it's amazing. I'm a big fan of that because when you travel and you see different cultures and different ideas, what they're, you know, how they celebrate, if they win, they lose, it's amazing.
And Ian, we are a few days now. You know, we've got the World Cup, the feet under the table. A few games have been happening, and we've seen different cities and the different experiences of the fans through Nico's lens, but also just watching the games on television. Yeah. And I think so far, organisers, I'm sure, will be delighted what we've seen so far in terms of the atmosphere, both at the games. You've obviously been lucky to watch Scotland against Haiti. Yeah. At the games inside the stadiums, but as we're seeing there, around the games as well.
Adam, I am old enough, unfortunately, to have witnessed 1994 World Cup in the United States of America. And the atmosphere was electric then. This is 10x. I don't think people have expected this type of atmosphere. It's unbelievable what's happened. And also the supporters, the cultures, the people who are coming in. Doesn't matter if you're coming from Europe, doesn't matter if you're coming from Asia, doesn't matter if you're coming from South America. I think they're starting to light up this country and people are starting to really take notice of what our game means to us.
Well, I'm delighted to say that Nico's managed to drag himself away from celebrating with his fellow Argentinian fans. He's got his mate there. Nico, hopefully you can hear us. Apparently you've got tired of the RV and you've swapped it for a barge. Tell us where you are.
Guys, I found the Argentinians in Seattle. It really wasn't too difficult. I just heard the chants. This is what the World Cup is about. We might be the furthest away from Buenos Aires that you could possibly be. Someone just served me a mate. We're hearing the chants. Argentina's about to start. I couldn't ask for more.
Nico, you look proud, you look loud, you look like you're loving life, and it makes me happy to see you like this. The lineups just came out there. Lautaro Martinez up top, Julian Alvarez on the bench. What do you think of the lineups, and what has the feeling been like inside the place there? What did people think of it?
Listen, Ian, it's celebratory in here. I mean, what's not to celebrate? Argentina is defending the World Cup title today. We haven't had this feeling since 1990 that we arrived to a World Cup as the World Cup champions trying to defend the title. Lautaro or Julian, that's been the debate for a very long time in Argentina leading into this World Cup, because there were whispers that Scaloni might have had a little bit of an inkling of starting Lautaro. Listen, from what we've seen, I think we can also say that Julian is the better striker than Lautaro, but this isn't about I mean, this is unbelievable. Listen, I want to see Lautaro on the pitch today, because club form doesn't necessarily translate into the national team, especially with Argentina.
Nico, when you've been speaking to the Argentina fans there all around you, what's the expectation from them for the World Cup this year? Is
you want to find out?
Anything less
Let's go.
than
Let's find out.
win?
Let's find out.
Take us, Nico.
I'm gonna ask in Spanish how Argentina is gonna finish this World Cup, and you want to see. Che, ¿cómo va a terminar Argentina el Mundial? World Cup champion, back-to-back World Cup champion. That's the feeling. I know that a lot of people have been saying, well, you know what? I already saw Argentina win the World Cup. Whatever happens, happens. But there's been this renewed faith in Argentina, especially through media and the advertisements. They've been pushing, hey, why can't we go back-to-back? Why did football only have to give Messi one World Cup? Why? Maybe he deserves two. So that's kind of been the narrative in Argentina, and it's made its way everywhere, you know, from all around the United States. We saw everybody in Kansas. I imagine you guys have been rolling in scenes from Kansas City from the last couple of days where the Argentines have taken over. But you see Miami, you see here in Seattle, you see in Argentina, everyone is excited for Argentina to potentially go back-to-back.
Hey, Nico, I see you're rocking the Messi 10 jersey. Is that the original size of him?
I wish this was original, bro. Could you imagine? But hey, this is new for this World Cup. Messi on the back. You had to. You know, this is the first Messi jersey that I own. I don't have another Messi jersey. It's only this one. And for the World Cup, the captain, Messi's second World Cup, I had to.
Yeah. We had here a big conversation or a conversation about Messi. You were in his jersey. What do you think? How much impact can he have again? And what do you think? Would the team stand behind him again like they did in the last World Cup?
Yeah, Jermaine, I do think so. Obviously, it's 3.5 years removed from that moment. But I see Messi, I see him sharp. You'll tell me more than anybody else because you played this at the highest level. But I see him in MLS, and I see him much better than everybody else. I see him do things that not your average Major League Soccer player does. And when I see him play for the Argentine national team, there's this harmony, there's this understanding of how Messi plays in this next stage of his career. He's starting, he's a captain, he's the leader. I don't know why there was any doubt that he would play at the World Cup. He is leading Argentina out onto the pitch in defense of the World Cup title.
Hey, Nico, I have a challenge for you. Kickoff is about to take place, and I want to ask you to start the chant, get the hand flicks going. Can you get it going? Can you get them on the tables, Nico? I want to see that atmosphere.
guys.
Oh, he's broke the camera.
He's broken
the camera.
He's broken it.
His RV ran out of battery.
I think they're having a very good time. And we know that Nico was having a very good time, weren't we, earlier on? Because he was...
What an image. What an image.
Frozen an image of him stood on the table.
Wow.
Absolutely brilliant. And he was having a few drinks earlier, wasn't he, with the Norway fans?
Well, you could tell it by what he was talking about there. Argentina winning another World Cup. I thought he had 10 drinks by saying something like that. He's back! He's back!
Nico, you're going to be under the table
I didn't know I was off air.
By the end of this game. Come back on if you can still hear us, Nico. In terms of your experience so far, you're only a few days into your great RV tour of North America. Has it lived up to expectations so far?
Yeah. Hey, Seattle's amazing, by the way. I didn't know Seattle. 100% Seattle's the move. The Argentine national anthem is about to play.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you guys go. But Seattle, I am pleasantly surprised. Amazing. Love you guys.
Good luck, Nico.
Good game, Nico. Good stuff. Got a lucky boy, isn't he? Lucky boy.
He certainly is a lucky boy, that's for sure. Enjoying himself. I wish I was 10 drinks in by now.
We're going to have to go to your bets for this game. You've picked out 3 for us. What should we be looking for?
Yeah, I actually ran them by Nico Cantor to actually get to these bets. And in particular, I've gone for Argentina having success. I'm starting with the first half. First half money line, so Argentina on the money line at halftime. Currently sitting at -105 is bet number 1. Now remember, we hit 2 of 3 last time, Adam, so I'm hoping to continue that trend going forward. Looking for Lionel Messi to do some business. He doesn't have to walk around, as we've been talking about, to have such of an impact. I do think that Lionel Messi will take a lot of shots, especially in this game, and a game that they need to win. So Lionel Messi, 2 shots on target is -115 right now. Almost plus numbers, but close enough for me to want to grab it. If I'm looking for the opposition, it may not be a starter. I'm looking at Mohamed Amoura. Okay, he's on the bench. I understand it for Algeria. They've got talent. But having a player who can come off the bench, maybe behind, trying to get back into this game, watch out for Mohamed Amoura. 1 shot on target, +130, +130. I quite like that one as well, by the way, Adam. I think that Algeria are going to cause some problems to Argentina. I really do. I think this Argentinian side is good. I think they deserve to have the respect that they got in 2022. But I am certainly of the ones who think that there are so many World Cup winners from last edition coming into this one that they're older now. They're a different team. Is the desire still there, JJ? I don't know.
Not long to go of the show, JJ. What do you think for this game? What's your prediction?
I would go 2-1 Algeria.
You're going for the
Algeria?
Yeah. Why?
Wow.
How does that happen?
With such a straight face. Amazing.
Yeah. How does that happen?
I don't think so. I don't know. My feeling tells me they will play a really good game, and I think Algeria is a good team.
Yeah.
They're a really good team, and I think that Argentina will struggle.
Ian, can they do it?
They absolutely can do it. I actually don't think that Argentina win this game as well, JJ. I think it could be a draw, a scoring draw. I would expect Messi to have an impact in this game. They are clear favourites, as I pointed out to the betting here. But I'm backing JJ. I think Algeria have a good game here, and I think there is so many stories coming out of this World Cup with upsets happening. I don't know if I agree with the win, but I do think Algeria get something from this game and Argentina do not win. So I'll settle for the draw just to go against JJ, but I don't see Argentina winning this game.
OK, great stuff, guys. Thanks for joining us. Say it here on Golazo Match Night, 48 nations. Plenty more coverage coming up for you next here on Golazo Network.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?